Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike. This is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow, overpriced internet. For news, reviews, and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 170, and today is Wednesday, the 3rd of May, 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast, and I'm your host, Lucas, and here with me is my co-host and very good friend, Red. How are ya?
Good, thanks, mate. Fortunately, unfortunately, today will be one take because we won't be joined by Snoogans.
Yes, that is right. A little less confusing with the editing and the putting together of the show, but yeah, no Snoogans. He's leaving on a jet plane, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he'd almost be in Queensland now.
Oh, he's going to Queensland. I thought he was going to Melbourne.
No.
Victoria. Oh, I don't know. Well, he's somewhere. He's not here. So, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, as usual, we will do video game discussion and then video game news. And in this week's news, we've got Modern Warfare Standalone release Rumoured, Darksiders 3 leaked and confirmed, and Tekken 7 to lose its Aussie touch. Oh. And after the news, we'll do Remember When, then user-created content, then What's That Sound, Red Shout, and last words. So, Red, video game discussion.
We were just talking, you and I, between mates and everything. I want to let you all know, I'm getting NBN soon, so if you have it, I don't care. If you don't have it, I don't care. I'm getting it. I care. Nah, I hope everyone has it real soon. But yeah, so that's cool. So we're probably about three weeks to a month away from being fully fledged into the 21st century here in Burnie, Tasmania. But the reason I bring it up, how long would it take you on your top speed fibre to the premise to download 600 megabytes?
Oh.
On average, say, I know it's faster on computer, but just pluck a number. If you had to set aside X amount of time to download 600 megabytes, how long would it take you?
2 minutes?
Yeah, well, that I played a game called Absolute Drift for less than that, and it was 600 megabytes.
What, you played it for less than that?
Yep.
Is that PlayStation game?
Yep.
Is that no good?
Not for me. No, I'm a fuckhead when it comes to driving cars. It's realistic. It's apparently it's realistic in its the way it's like its weight management and the way you power into a corner. It's like top down, like a little known game like GTA. Grand Theft Auto, even.
I know the game. I've seen it and been tempted to get it a few times. The Zen edition. That's
correct. Yes. So it's a big Japanese national flag on my desktop. Or on my XMB at the moment. The concept is sick, but it's just not me. I don't drift in Need for Speed when all you have to do is break into a corner and power out. You know, the best drifting I do is GTA 5.
Okay. So with Absolute Drift, like I'm looking at screenshots, so you don't just sort of accelerate and turn into a corner to drift. Is it more very much like weight management and getting the drift running?
Speed, counter steering or whatever they call it.
Oh, yeah.
Acceleration, deceleration, braking, handbraking. It's as from all reports, it's as real as it gets.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it sounds like that in a roundabouts kind of way. That snowboarding game. That what was it?
Yes. Snow.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. That one that was really, really fucking what's the word I want? Real simulation. See, I mean, it's good for people that love that kind of thing, but it does cut out the people that would probably enjoy a bit more of an arcade, which is, I don't know, I'd probably think the majority.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, of course, definitely. On this medium, yes.
Look, it's definitely got a place to have stuff that are real sim, but yeah, it does sort of cut out a lot of the people that go, "Oh, that looks nice," and then they play it and go, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, well, I'm going to do a you. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not my cup of tea. I struggle to quantify what is necessary to pull off a drift in reality. And you need that nous and that common sense to be able to do it virtually, if that's a good way of explaining it. So by no means is it a bad game. It's not produced terribly. There's a cool soundtrack, very zen-y, very Asian, if you will. It's got easy, medium, hard. It's got different tutorials. It's got an open world. It's got challenges. It's got unlocks. It's just not for me. It actually feels like a really elaborate tablet game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mark McMorris' Infinite Air is the one I was trying to think of, the snowboarding game.
Yeah, you reviewed that, didn't you?
Yeah, like a good game,
Where can
but
that be
just
found?
too bloody hard. What'd you say?
Where can that be found?
On the aussiegamerstv.com website. Good for a plug. Good for a plug.
All right, we'll move along.
Okay.
We got a significant update yesterday to my Dokkan Battle. I told you I wouldn't bore you every week with Dokkan news, but I'll hit you with the major stuff. Major update, new summon banner, new story modes, new ways to get premium currency, and the 14th biannual World Tournament is about to start, which is their big event that they hold. Oh, go figure. Biannually. Which is 8 times a year, for those that don't do that sort of math. No. Anyway, so that's coming out. No.
Twice, isn't it?
Yeah, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Yes, so that'll be starting Wednesday America, Thursday our time at about, probably about 9 o'clock. So tomorrow night. So 2 days from now and 2 days prior to this show being released, my dreams will come true. I'll have AFL in my hands. So it's 2 days from now for me, and it's 2 days ago for you, listening to it to when the show first comes out on the Sunday. So that's Illuminati confirmed right there. I'm really looking forward to that. I can't say much more. I've only seen bits and pieces. I have my money saved. Took me 4 months, well, 3 months to save $100. Oda having children. Fucking sponges. Okay, here's a quaint. I won't say quaint because quaint would imply small. Here's a cool little game that I've played. Well, little would imply the same thing. Here's a cool game I played this week. Dungeon Defenders 2.
Okay.
Have you seen it on the PlayStation Store at all?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, that was that free? That one? No.
No. I can understand why you'd think that if you glimpsed at it. Because you can buy premium currency, you can buy skins, you can buy characters with premium currency / microtransactions. The game itself is retails at $40 on the PlayStation Store.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't convinced by my cousin when he goes, "Oh, yeah, fucking $40, right?" I said, "Dude, it took me 18 years to save for the new AFL game. Just fucking cool your tits, right?" Anyway, he goes, fuck, I'll just log in and you can have my primary for a bit and we can play. And I went, no worries then. So, hence why I didn't have to pay for Absolute Drift either. Stooge. Anyway, so in a nutshell, it sells itself like you got your 4 main characters. So 2 of them buy with premium currency, but a very small amount that you can earn in 1 level. And you have a rogue, or a bow and arrow wielding young lady. There's a mage, there's a monk, and there's a crusader. What does that sound like?
Diablo?
Exactly. There's cooldown time, there's cooldown mana abilities, there's melee abilities, there's ranged abilities for each character, and here's the kicker, right? So it's over the shoulder, third person, real time, not unlike Diablo, but like with double jumps and levels and everything like that. Here's the genre though. Here's the kicker. It's wave defense.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
Yeah, so you get so much mana, or so much building materials to spend, and you set it up and you can upgrade, or you can put walls down and say the monk uses electricity and fire totems, where the mage will use like a fire and ice, and so you can slow burn. There's electrocute, and the inventory and the small percentages and the rarity of the items that you can actually build your character like an RPG character. You can build it so it has high elemental damage but low health, or you can build a tank, or you can build a glass cannon. It's well in depth. It's got post game material. Like Pierce and I, we're like a level 20, say level 20, taking on level 35, 40 minions at the level that we're currently up to within the campaign. And there was this option to go try out this trial mode. I went, oh fuck, we'll go try out a trial. So we jumped in this trial and we set up our defenses. Said, oh, this looks pretty easy. There's just 3 paths coming to a central location. I said, we'll just set up here and we'll be right. And then we both hit our button to ready up, and down come the hordes at level 225 and just walked over us. So we got a glimpse there as to post-game content and the ability to get the rarer materials and the rarer items in-game. You can get a pet, like a minion, if you will, whatever they call them, like an associate. I don't know what that. A familiar. There we go.
Oh, is that what they call them? Yep.
Yeah. All of them are purchasable with premium content or your premium currency that you can buy via microtransactions, but you can also earn said currency in-game with daily challenges, weekly challenges, trials, and just playing the game. You accumulate it very slowly. Like one of the premium characters, he's like a lava hound. He's 10,000 credits. I've played it for about 6 hours, I reckon, over 2 play sessions, and I've saved up 2,700. So I'm just over a quarter of the way there.
Okay.
So
Nice.
if I want it, I can actually obtain it. So you can't. There's some pretty cool looking fucking skins and everything for each character, but then there again, you can spend $40 on one character just getting all the skins and everything, if you know what I mean. It's very much a PC port because it is a PC game.
Yep.
No trophies, that sort of thing. The way the lobbies are set out, P2P as opposed to dedicated servers. So we're getting a Neo download last night, and Pierce and I were just jumping all over the screen. It's like, oh, hang on a sec. Stopped downloading, he stopped his, and it was all right considering we both run pretty poxy speeds at the moment.
Yeah.
So I know you and I, we've had plenty of trouble in the past with these smaller type games and these ports where we just got the ping of 9,999 and can't join each other. The multiplayer aspect and the co-op aspect just don't work. I can solidly report that even on shitty ADSL speeds, Pierce and I, we can join each other and play. We played last night together for probably 2 hours without any hiccups other than that lag because of a download going in the background.
So this is Dungeon Defenders 2, right?
Yep.
And how much is it on the PS4?
I think he told me it was about $40. I can't see it because it's purchased, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. I just brought it up on Steam now.
$8.
It's an early access game.
Yeah.
And it's free to play.
Yeah, there you go.
What do they give you? What do they justify for charging you $40?
I don't know. It's pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, but fuck, is it $40 when it's free cool?
Well, it's free cool for you. Not for me. I wouldn't be able to play it.
Well, no, you wouldn't. But that's a bit strange. Hang on, I'm going to look it up on the PlayStation. What is it? Dungeon Defenders
2. Yeah.
Let's see here. Dungeon Defenders early access. All right, so it's early access on the PlayStation as well. Okay. Now, what I think it is free to play on the PlayStation. But I think the early access comes from... It's hard to navigate this. It's a little bit strange. I think you pay for like a starter pack and you get access to the game. I think that's the way they're doing it.
Because that'd make sense. Because Pierce said yesterday, he goes, "Oh, I've got 20,000 of these stones," and I went, "What? 20,000?" And he went, "Yeah." And I looked at mine, and I went, "Oh, I've got 200," and I got that for registering with my Facebook account.
Okay.
Oh, that makes like a founder's pack.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Like, the game technically isn't available on the PS4, but if you purchase, so you're supporting them because it's in early access, if you purchase the early access pack, you get access to the game. So it says here the Dungeon Defenders 2 Defenders pack comes with pre-alpha access. So there you go. Yeah. It's like a pre-order bonus sort of thing. 3,000 gems, 4 exclusive hero accessories, and 2 additional hero slots unlocked in a future update. This Defenders pack will be on sale for a limited time only. Thanks for supporting Dungeon Defenders 2. So it will be free to play, but it isn't yet. But if you purchase the startup pack thing there, the early access Defenders pack for $40.95, you get access early.
Well, when it's free to play, there's no if, buts, maybes, or excuses. You have to be our rogue.
No worries, but I've got something similar to throw back at you.
Okay.
When I do my video game discussion.
Yes. So, very cool. Very, very fun. You can tell it's early access. Like, we had we were trying to boost level a monk for me, so we went back and done the first 3 levels on hard as opposed to just normal. And by the time we hit the 3rd level, she was getting a bit tricksy. So my defenses that I could build for the tower defense side of it wasn't very powerful, wasn't hurting them. So what I had to do then is turn around and change my game plan and just use it to stun and to slow, so we could then deal damage with our character.
Yeah.
So that bottlenecked a lot of characters, and there was a lot of zaps and a lot of fire going on, and I reckon she dipped to about fucking 12 frames a second every now and again. But yeah, so obviously it's well under optimized. You just gave a whole lot more. I didn't even research it the way you did just then for 5 seconds having a look, because it was just someone. My cousin said, "Here, have a go." I went, okay.
Yeah, cool.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, cool. I can endorse it as a pre-alpha or as a Kickstarter or whatever they call it, early access. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Still a butt ton of fun. So you can see that there's massive potential there, and the ability for future updates and installments of content. So yeah, watch this space. Cool, if it sounds like your sort of thing, go blow $40 on it, because it's probably worth that in the long run. I think. Oh yeah, I did actually. For a couple of hours this week, I continued Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, okay. You started that, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, the remaster.
I started it a while ago. Yeah, so I'm up to memory sequence 5, and I'm like, we went through that process there where for a while where there was heaps of games and stuff and lots of specials, and got a fair bit installed on my PlayStation that I've never actually really scratched the surface of. So I thought, yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
so I had to go with that for a couple of hours. Oh wow! Just being reminded how bad the parkour is in number 2 is I spat at one stage.
Yeah, it's a bit sluggish, a bit slow. That's the thing that sort of ruins them a bit for me for going back, because they're a bit. We've been, like accustomed to the newer ones, which are nice and fluid and smooth and all that, and these things are just clunky and slow.
Yeah. And last but not least, not last night, but the 2 days leading up to yesterday, I earned $500,000 in GTA Online, because they've got double money and double experience for missions. So we're doing 10, 15-minute missions for 50, 60 grand.
Far out, man. So it's a bit of coin.
Yeah, fuck it. So I'm up to 1.6 million, and if you log in this month to GTA 9, they're doing like a tax refund and giving everyone about 400,000.
Oh, just for logging in?
Yeah, logging in and having a go. So when that hits, I'll have over 2 million, and we are going to start pimping out this shit.
Okay, so if you just made $500,000 in-game GTA dollars last night, whenever it was, you saved yourself $11.25 because that's how much a shark, the bull shark card is worth to get that much.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and that's a perfect example. I don't mind the aspect of a microtransaction like that if you don't feel pressured to have to purchase it because you can earn it just by playing.
Yeah, well, that's it. If you'd done what you did last night and only earned $1,000,
yeah, the $11 is starting to look real lucrative.
Yeah, but if they make it fair that if you want to play the game, which is essentially why it's there, the game, to play it, you can earn the money.
Oh, mate, it's like fucking playing a brand new game every time something pops up, because at the moment the latest update it come with a new game mode. It's called Tiny Races, so it's like kind of like your rock and roll racing GTA original Grand Theft Auto top down view.
Yeah.
And racing around. So basically it's first to 5 points. The races can be over really quickly because if the person out in front gets out in front too far, you just blow up. So you've got to stay within a radius of the leader, and it gives you insane pickups like ramp cars and machine guns and rockets. So once you're dead, or you've fallen off the edge, or you've fallen behind and blown up, that's over for you for the round. So a round can take anywhere between 15 seconds and a minute. So the games are done within probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on how competitive it is. And you can earn 20 grand just by doing that at the moment, because there's double experience, double GTA dollars on that at the moment. But just that game, it just keeps giving and giving and giving. You know, Snoogans was I know he's been trying to chase his fucking Platinum Horizon, and he seen that we're online, and all of a sudden it popped up because Pearson, a dude that he has staying at his house at the moment, and I were just doing one of the fucking stunt races that I'd never done before with a rocket propelled car like Kit, not rocket propelled. What's his name? Knight Rider. And you can jump, and you can go over massive stunt jumps, but then you have to launch a parachute out the top of your car to navigate your way down. It's just strange. And then all of a sudden, up in the top corner, it said, "Oh, Snoogans, whatever he's spectating." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So he's just fucking seen that we're playing. He's jumped in and he's spectating. So we got him in the game and everything. And we're just jackassing around on Mount Chiliad as per usual, just being dicks and douchebags and trying to get into Fort Zancudo and steal tanks and stuff. It's mind-numbing fun. You are absolutely, unless you were like me here for a few hours where I'm just earning the coin because of the double money and everything like that, and you actually had a clear objective. When you're just dicking around, it's mind-numbing, senseless fun with no end goal. It's just, sandbox. It's the true definition of a sandbox. You're in there making your own castles and treading on everyone else's. I love it. And with AFL coming out Friday, I'm going to be well obsessed. Like, my obsessive nature when it comes to a new game, especially something I'm really, really looking forward to. I'm resting assured now and safe knowing that I've got a downtime game like GTA I can still go back to and just fucking chill out when things get stressful from doing the same thing.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, so that about rounds out my week. Thank you for listening.
Oh, lovely. We'll go into mine. First thing I want to talk about is Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I downloaded that the other week. Yep. After last week's recording, I said I was going to give it a go, so I could give you a non-biased opinion.
Yeah.
Fucked. Wouldn't download. Actually broken.
Yeah, I downloaded it probably 20 times to get it working.
Oh, so you had the issue too. Do you recognise this sound? Hang on, let me turn it up. It's got what it'll do, it'll go now loading, it'll go downloading, 61 megabytes of 258, download fail. A communication error has occurred. Returning to the title screen, please check your connection and try again, and then you get this sound every time. And this big bozo in the front here going, let's keep our promises. Did you promise to let me play the game? Yeah, I've not been able to get it past 60 megabytes.
Oh, wow. No. I had it even earlier than that bozo you're talking about, that Hercule. That part there, mine just go, duh, and then you'd hit it, and it'd go, now loading, now loading, now loading, now loading, and then it'd go, application is closed due to error.
Oh,
so I'd get what he called the old blue screens.
Okay, mine doesn't crash out of it, but it just, the download fails and it's just on an infinite loop.
Oh, really?
And I've been trying it most days from the last week, hoping that it'll eventually come good, but nah, it literally just will not download. I don't know, I've looked at...
there was an update yesterday.
Let me see if I've done the update on the App Store.
No. It'll update in-game as
okay.
You're doing there. Yeah.
Well, I can't even get into the game to do that, so...
Fuck.
Can't play it. I can't play it.
10 out of 10 for loading screens.
Well, yeah, it's nice, clear images. I know how to play the game because I've read through the instructions that come up.
Instructions 100 times.
Yeah.
It just keeps popping up, doesn't it, and shows you the spears and...
Use that power to blow your opponent away. Attack phase. Okay. Download fail. So, I don't know, can somebody else listening maybe try to download Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z, and let me know if you've got the same issue. Oh, look, it's de-downloaded. It was at 61 megabytes, it's now 57. Oh, shit, it just went to 68 and then failed.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't been able to... Yeah, it's back to 61. Yeah, there we go, it's fucked. Absolutely ruined. But anyway, I can't report on that because I can't play the stupid thing. But that's on an iPhone, on iOS. So I don't know if anybody can get it working on iOS and let me know what they did. That'd be great, and I'll give it a go. Right, move on. Last week, Snoogans was talking about Little Nightmares.
Yes.
I played it. I finished it. And I loved it.
Yeah, I figured it'd be your sort of game. I did catch the start of your stream that you've done on the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page.
Yeah, the midnight one.
Yeah, the midnight one. That's why you lost me probably 15, 20 minutes into it because I've been sleeping very well lately.
That's good news. That is very good news. But Little Nightmares is a side-scrolling game akin to Inside or Limbo, but what I really liked about it is they haven't just gone, okay, let's make a Limbo or an Inside clone and score money off their success. They've gone the extra mile. Whereas Limbo and Inside and Unravel are all on a 2D plane in a 2.5D universe, Little Nightmares is 3D plane.
Yeah.
2.8D universe. You have full movement, so you obviously saw me playing it, so you understand how it works. But basically, you can walk around like a third-person game, but it's in a restricted, obviously, linear path. But there are parts of the game where you're walking towards the camera, walking away from the camera, walking left, walking right. You got all this free movement to walk around in your little area. It's really cool, rather than just being on fixed left and right walking pane or axis, if you will. So I really, really liked that. It was really cool. The movements, the animations, the controls. It basically throws you in and goes, fucking work it out. Doesn't tell you anything like every now and then, I think if you struggle and take too long, a little prompt early on will say press X or something like that. But for the majority of the game, it doesn't really give you any instructions on where to go, what to do. It literally just gives you the game and says, there you go. And although there's absolutely no dialogue and no real specific sound effects to say, it's really like an ambient sort of game. It is a really thought-provoking game. I thought it was absolutely amazing. There's one thing that Snoogans mentioned last week, that when you die, the character gives out a scream. I've got to ask him next time I'm talking to him. I don't know what fucking game he was playing, but I never heard her say anything.
Did you not die?
No, I died. No. It's like Limbo. Your mistakes are your steps forward, you know. One step backwards, 3 steps forward. It's that kind of game. So, but no, she doesn't make any sounds. I don't know what happened there. That was a bit strange. But she dies and just dies, and then wakes up in a fetal position in the corner. So the game's story, while intriguing, is very, you make it what you will, because it's kind of like, well, it's like Inside, really. There's no specific this that doesn't tell you this is what's happening and this is how it happened and this is how it ends. It shows you things and you go, oh, why is that like that? Or, oh, I can see why that happened. That's weird. And there's a few moments in the game where I wouldn't call it a scary game, but I would definitely call it one of the creepiest, most disturbing experiences of that game genre that I've played. It's just creepy, man. Like the characters in it and the environments.
Yeah, well, that not to assess other people's difficulties or anything like that, but the worst sort of nightmares, if you want to stay in vogue with the name, the worst sort of nightmares are those creepy unknowns, not the whole full scary ones, aren't they? And
that's right.
Would I be right in assuming that the whole nightmare aspect also of it is the story that you give it in your own head?
Well, yeah, look, possibly. Yeah, and it's probably one of those games that probably may, depending on the type of person, may evoke nightmares in the person, because there's some, like, it's pretty dark and dank and dirty and creepy and as all hell, and there are, like, moments where, like, oh, no, and, you know, like, if that makes any sense to you, but it is like, it looks so beautiful. The levels that you're playing in are so well crafted. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a really good looking game, and the physics in it as well are really nice. Like the way that you throw things, the way things fall. That you are, like Snoogan said last week, you're on a ship. You're at sea, and quite often you'll notice that the things on the ground, like there might be a tin can, and you're thinking, why is that moving? Why is that rolling this way and then rolling the other way? It's because you may not notice it because you're inside the ship, but the ship is swaying, so that's why the things are falling off shelves and things are rolling around and all that sort of stuff. So they've gone to the effort of making that sort of aesthetic to it to make it actually feel like you are in the ship, which is really cool. But I finished it. It's about a 3 to 5 hour game, depending how you play it. You know how I play games. How long do you think it took me?
2 and a bit.
Yeah, it was probably about 2.5, 3 hours. But but that's the thing. I've started a second playthrough because and it's something that you don't work out, because like I said, there is no instructions. I worked out about halfway through the game that these statue things were actually collectibles, because I found it and I went, oh, that kind of looks like a collectible, but you pick it up, like you press the grab button, and the little girl or little kid picks it up and she's carrying it, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm sure you don't actually have to carry the collectible to the end of the game. But I realised halfway through the game that you actually have to press X while you're holding it to throw it, and it breaks, and then it, like, mystical things come out of it, and that's your collectible. Oh, yeah. And there's another collectible of lighting up little lanterns, because the girl carries with her, I don't know, you can't really see it because it's really small. I would imagine it's like a Zippo, like a lighter.
Yeah.
And you can use that obviously to see in the dark, but there are lanterns placed around the game, and I'm guessing it's a collectible because on my second playthrough, the ones I missed weren't lit, but the ones that I did light were still lit. So and every time you light one, the autosave thing pops up, so it's saving your progress that you've got that one. And there's hidden rooms all over the place with collectibles in it, and there's these little weird creatures as well. They kind of look like they've got like these witches' hats over the top. That's what they look like anyway. And if you catch them, you give them a cut, like you give them a hug. And I think that's another collectible as well, because it kind of makes like a little jingle sound when you do that. So I think they're collectibles as well. But yeah, the game is creepy. If you liked Limbo and Inside and Unravel, more so Inside, if you liked Inside, you're gonna want to play Little Nightmares. It's awesome. It is really good, but takes it to the next level and is even better. Loved it. Absolutely amazing.
So pending second playthrough coming soon?
Yeah, I'll play it again. But that's the thing with a 3-hour play, like you can go through and play it a couple of times and 3-hour game turns into a 6 to a 9-hour game. You're getting your money's worth there, because there's so much stuff. If you play it for 3 hours like I did, there's a lot that you're gonna miss. But that's how I enjoy games. So I don't feel I've let myself down there. That's how I enjoy them. But I'll go back and I'll see all new stuff and like, ooh, cool, and and because I'm not trying to work out the puzzles, my attention can be elsewhere, like finding secret entrances and stuff like that. So real good game, absolutely worth the money. So that's out now from Bandai Namco.
Yes.
I'll move on. I played a game. I was coming off night shift yesterday, so I was a bit groggy. So I wasn't much into games, and I wanted to watch a movie, but I didn't know what movie to watch. So I went into the PlayStation Store to have a look, and I found this one that looked like a pretty cool movie. It was called Late Shift. You heard of that?
Oh, okay. Yes, I've heard of it, yes.
Okay, and so I thought, this looks pretty cool. It's about $15. It's on sale from 18 or whatever. People listening might be thinking, movie? Why are we talking about movies? This is Aussie Gamers Express, not bloody Up Late with Luke 1 talking about his fucking movies and shit. But anyway, Late Shift is actually a video game.
Yes.
And I was totally intrigued by it, because it's something I haven't seen for probably the last 20 years, Red, and that's a FMV.
Yeah, I always thought late stood for live action telltale experience.
Well, kind of what it is. Yeah, so the in the description it says FMV, which is full motion video, I think. And what that is, it's full live action. It's actual people in this game. Basically, Late Shift is a movie, but they've recorded multiple different scenarios of what's going on, and at intervals throughout the movie, it'll like a little selector will pop up, and sometimes you'll have 2 choices, sometimes 3, and you just use the D-pad to go left or right and press X to select the one that you want. And it gives you like a little countdown bar, and it is absolutely seamless, Red. Like some games, like even Telltale, when you're making a decision, if you take too long, like it'll just stop, and they'll just wait for your input, or it'll run out and it'll continue. But with this one, you've got to input your choice. If you don't input your choice, it'll just go with whichever one selected.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is seamless. Like if you select one, then the choice disappears and the show just plays on, and then it's I guess they hide the switch with just a camera angle change. Simple. And it works. It feels like if somebody was watching over your shoulder, they would feel like they were watching a seamless movie. They wouldn't know that it's a game other than the prompt popping up to give you the options of what to do. And it was excellent. It was about an hour and a half, but there are 7 different endings and 100 different 180 different decision choices to make. And in my first playthrough, I unlocked obviously 1 ending, and there's 6 left, and I'd made 56 decision choices out of 180. So in making different choices through a different run through it, it'll open up different decisions to make, and you can 100% your game like that. It also has a platinum trophy. But yeah, so therein it comes in a little bit of the skill in remembering what you've chose and how many times you wish to go back and play through it. But it's an hour and a half each go, like a movie. And the acting... Now, acting is notoriously B-grade and shit in these kinds of games. Fucking good, man. In Little Night...
I was about to say, but it needs to be.
Yeah, in Late Shift, the acting is great. I mean, it's not a big blockbuster hit. There aren't a gazillion explosions and special effects left, right, and centre. But the acting is buyable. I thought it was like the main character that you're kind of playing as. He's pretty good. I reckon he could do so much better than what he's done in this game. Like I reckon his acting ability, I think, precedes what was required for this game. I thought he was quite good. The story itself, it's basically a bungled heist, and it was intriguing. I was keen on how it worked, and I was there with my wife who was watching it along, and I just couldn't help myself that throughout the game I'm like, I love this. I really love this.
So the prompts and everything were non-invasive.
No, not at all. They were little, like opaque little selections at the bottom of the screen, and they weren't that. They were fine. Absolutely, it's no different to a subtitle.
With the way each scene went, did you feel you knew when a decision had to be made was like coming up? Did it give you that sort of feeling? It's like, oh, okay, I'll pick up the control now because I'm about to make a decision because something's about to happen. Or
not particularly. No, I just made sure I had the control in my hands the whole time. But it was reasonable. I didn't feel like I was pressured to pay attention to that and missing the story. It was good. Like normally, like when you do QuickTime events, when you're really just paying attention to the buttons.
Yeah.
And you miss the action because you're just looking for the button prompts. It wasn't like that at all. And I don't feel they were too frequent, and I don't feel the decisions weren't frequent enough. I thought it was nail on the head sort of shit. I thought it was great. And all I could think of was that, you know what? I love this so much. The thing that annoys me the most is I can't imagine it being very popular, though.
Yeah, it did. Not without... being pushed, not without someone like you saying this is actually what it is. Because people of our age, you see FMV and you go, no.
Yeah, well, that's it, because they're normally really bad. But the thing is, this game came out last month in April, but I didn't even know it existed. That's the thing. This needs to be pushed. I would love more movies like this. I was saying to Rachel last night, my wife, that if they made a science fiction alien shootery kind of game movie thingy like this, sign me up. I absolutely loved it, mate. I did. I thought it was fantastic, and that was the thing that got me down, is because I was like, I really hope they make more of these, but I can't imagine it happening. Although, I mean, kind of like a Telltale game, if this thing takes off like Telltale, geez, I'll be happy. I loved it. I thought it was great. $15 for a movie. That's what you pay. That's what you pay to buy a movie. And this thing's interactive with a shit ton of different endings. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's like those books where you get to the end of the page, and if you decided to go down the dark, dingy left corridor, turn to page 37.
Yeah.
If you chose to pack her up and run away, turn to page 1 and start again, you little bitch. I mean...
Yeah. Choose your own adventure movies.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, and it looked nice. It was full 1080p. It was a really good experience. It only went for about an hour and a half. It didn't outstay its welcome, but it didn't feel like it was too short either. I thought it was cool. I want to see more.
Were you making decisions frequent enough so when you go back and if you go back and play it again, you're not sitting there going, I know what's going to happen for the next 15 minutes?
Yeah. They were quite frequent, and I really do want to play it again because there are a lot of decisions that I was tempted to go the other way. Yeah. I went one way, but I tried to keep my decisions fairly on par with each like going down a particular path. And now
once you made your first one, you stayed in vogue.
Yeah, and then when I go through it again, I'm going to go the opposite and try and get all the different different scenarios, which is really cool.
No, yeah, you would have been a good guy.
Nope.
Ah, you're an asshole. Naz.
No, it wasn't an asshole, but definitely not a good guy.
Oh, cool. Well, there you go. There's more intrigue for people that didn't know if they wanted to play it or not. Now you do.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's very worth the $15 purchase. PS Plus, $15 at the moment, $18 thereabouts if you don't have PS Plus. But it's pretty damn cool. I loved it.
Yeah.
I saw it last night and I was intrigued and I went, you know what? I'm going to play this. I'm going to talk about it on the excuse me, burpees. I'm going to talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. And that was a spurring thing. That's one thing. That's another thing that I love about Aussie Gamers Express. Gets me trying different things. And I was very happy with it. Very happy with it. I think there's another full motion video game on the store. Can't remember the name. But I might go back and try that one now that I'm really impressed with Late Shift. I think
there's one coming.
No, but there might be another one coming, but there is already one there. An older one.
Oh, okay.
It's been there for a while. Yeah. It looks like a horror-ish one.
Ah, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I might take a look at that now that there's... I don't know, it might be by the same people. If it's by the same people, I'm 100% getting that other one.
Because Night Trap, the 25th anniversary edition, is about to come out.
Night Trap?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No bullshit.
Is it on the store as pre-order?
It's coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in America's spring, so summer, autumn, soon.
Night Trap. I'm just quickly looking this up. PS4. I played that on the Sega CD, man.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what that sort of game is what you traditionally associate FMVs with. Yeah,
but with the nostalgia is going to sell that for me. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's coming in physical release on the PS4. Is it a remaster or a remake?
Oh, it'd have to be a remaster, sure.
Yeah, it's a re-release. Oh dear, that could be.
Oh dear.
Well, as much as I liked it, I don't know if I want to play the original again. Anyway, I probably will play it though, just for old time's sake. Nice, but anyway, Late Shift, good game. Right, Red. Moving on. You're talking about your semi-free-to-play game on the Dungeon Defenders 2 on the PS4.
Yes.
Paladins.
Oh, yes. Is this not the one that Snoogans was talking about?
It is the one we were talking about last week's show. Paladins, I've played it. I didn't get a lot of time this week because I've been very busy, but I played it this morning before the podcast just so I could get a go of it quickly to talk about. Paladin, you made the comment that it was an Overwatch ripoff.
Oh, clone, yeah.
Well, I think it was ripoff, you said. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm misquoting you, but anyway, that's what I'm fucking calling it. 100% without shame. Without any sense of shame whatsoever, Paladins has literally gone out there and made Overwatch. I'm surprised they didn't call it fucking over battle watching of duty or something. It is a shameless copy of Overwatch, and I like it.
And it's free.
And it's free. It is free. It's currently in closed beta, so you need a code to play it. But I just signed up, and within about 5 minutes they sent me a code. So
I just searched it on the PlayStation Store, and it says download.
Oh. Is that... Does anyone you know, one of your primaries might have it? Let me see here.
Oh, no, I've got 37 of them.
Yeah. Paladins. But, where is it? No, it must be... Oh, no, that's a character.
No, neither of the two people that I've got on there at the moment.
I'm logged in. I better do it in an incognito window and have a look. But look, it's very Overwatch. You've got all the different characters. which some of them are pretty similar. Oh my god, I've just seen something on the store that I'm going to have to mention in a second. That's crazy shit. But like even to the point where when you go into the game, you kill people until your super powers up, which is almost exactly the same as Overwatch, and then you get tower defense until you spawn a cart, which is exactly what you do in Overwatch games. The cart will start moving, and you got to follow it and keep protecting it, just like Overwatch. It is absolutely Overwatch. But yes, it's free, and it's a good copy. It's not just a stupid, shitty, cheap version. It's actually pretty good, man. It looks like Paladins is out, because you're right. It's saying it's free, add to the basket. So it's come out of beta in the last week. Since I got the code, and it's there, dude. I implore you, get that. It's pretty cool.
It's in the download basket. I've just paused it for the benefit of the podcast.
Yeah, that's cool, man. This was not part of my video game discussion, but I've just saw something on the PlayStation Store that has blown me away.
Rightio.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You know the voiceover packs that you could get in the past?
Oh, no, yes.
Aussie Man Reviews.
Oh, he got one, did he?
Aussie Man Reviews got a voiceover pack for Call of Duty on the PlayStation.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I killed ya. I killed ya.
Oh, 3 kills. That's a one-way ticket to destination. Fucked.
Wow, that's cool. That's an Aussie.
Yeah.
On the big stage. That's good, man. That's really good for him. Oh, fucking... Wow. $5.95. Fuck, he's going good for a Facebook, YouTube dude from down under.
Yeah.
But
I was talking about him yesterday, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if we can get him on the podcast.
Reckon
he'll do it?
If you ever want an introduction to Aussie Man, you've never Aussie Man reviews and you've never watched it before, there's a boxing match between a really big Japanese guy and an American guy, and they just stand there and just trade punches. And for about 30 seconds, he's just saying, nah, fuck you, nah, fuck you, nah, fuck you, nah, fuck you, nah, fuck you.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah, wicked.
Nice. But yeah, so anyway, look back to that. Paladins, I think it's a great alternative to Overwatch. If you don't have the money or don't really want to spend the money on Overwatch, go and play Paladins, because it's basically Overwatch.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Not wanting to spend the money.
But I didn't either. I liked Overwatch, but I didn't know that I'd get a lot out of it myself. But this is no risk, and it really is the same game. Obviously, it's not going to have the same following, and it's not going to have the same amount of polish. But in saying that, it's pretty cool. And when you die, you get a little horsey to ride back to the action, so it doesn't take too long. You get a mount.
Yeah, the first experience I had with Paladins was watching a Twitch stream probably about 4 months ago when it was in early access on PC. I went, oh yeah, this looks familiar.
Nice. There you go. So give Paladins a crack. You don't need a code anymore. Second last thing I'm going to mention, I got a Facebook ban for the last 24 hours.
You fucking messaged me yesterday. I went, what the fuck? I'm one of the crudest motherfuckers about, especially when it comes to doing shit with my own personal name. And I've never been warned, and here's you, not allowed to use Facebook from the Facebook police.
Yeah, the Facebook police slapped me the shit silly. So what happened is I was at work, and I was having a conversation with some people, and we were talking about Facebook and banning and all that sort of stuff, and I made a comment. I said, this is bullshit. I've had photos removed off my personal Facebook before they're tame. It's not pornography. It's nothing really. It's nothing more than you get. What I said. It's nothing more than what you get from a shampoo or a soap commercial. It's a bit of the picture I put up was a female bum No genitalia visible. None of this like bending over or anything like that. It was just a bum, but 2 butt cheeks is what you could see. And it was funny because somebody had drawn around the outside of this photo to make it look like the butt cheeks were actually a muscly dude's shoulders and his chest.
Yeah.
It's strange when you describe it. When you look at it, it's chuckle.
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah, that's it. Mr. Squiggle style.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no genitalia. It's just a couple of butt cheeks, a bit of skin, right? And I was talking about in protest that I saw, and I've seen this a couple of times, but I've seen dead bodies and dead babies posted on Facebook. And I've messaged Facebook a few times saying, how is this allowed? Like, this is, like, I've reported it. And Facebook gets back to you and says whether it's allowed or not. And I've reported a deceased baby once that was in a gutter covered in blood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Facebook got back to me and told me that it is not in contravention with their user policy.
Oh, okay.
Dead human beings.
Nice to know. Shock value.
Yeah, but I get a 24-hour ban for showing a goofy, funny little drawing with a pair of female butt cheeks in it. 24-hour ban. That's how Facebook
Does that mean someone's reported you?
Well, that's what I thought at first, but it happens too instantaneously, and I posted this at midnight, or it was at 11 o'clock at night. I can't imagine somebody being on the ball like that. And somebody else suggested what may have happened is that photo, because I didn't make the photo, it's like a meme, right?
Yeah.
That photo has possibly been reported previously to Facebook, so it's in their database.
No, okay.
So their automative thing recognizes it when it's posted and removes it immediately when it is. So I think that's what happens. But I just
you with a ban. That's far.
Yeah, got a 24-hour ban. I could still use Facebook, so I could just sort of see everything, but I couldn't share, couldn't add friends, couldn't comment, couldn't post, couldn't do any of the functionality other than look. So that's what I got for posting butt cheeks. But yet you can post as many deceased human beings as you like. I don't know. I think that's a bit arse about, pun intended. But but that's what happened. That's what happened to me. So I was over on Instagram yesterday having a bit of a chat with some of our age followers that are on there. So if you're listening to this and you're not across on the Aussie Gamers Express Instagram, go over there, give us a follow. Do they follow on Instagram and Twitter as well? We've got all that sort of stuff going on.
Oh, I'm trying Twitter again for like the 3rd time.
Twitter's my least favourite. I like Instagram. I can see why. Yeah, I like Instagram better than Twitter.
The only thing is Twitter, and you know what I've been using a lot lately as well? The Reddit app. You often talk about Reddit, and I don't really get into it. But Twitter and Reddit is the most fantastic source of data mining news for Dokkan Battle. Because you just got those people out there that are just obsessed with data mining and finding stuff out. So if you want to know something, and you go check out Reddit and Twitter.
Yeah, Reddit is quite large, but it's still, I'm amazed by the amount of people that I run into and go, oh yeah, that was on Reddit. And like, Reddit? What's Reddit? Oh, really? Come on, man. And they're like, oh, is that a new thing? And I'm like, yeah, it's only been around for probably the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's the front book of the internet.
That's right.
Well, the front page of the internet, isn't it?
Oh, I agree. All right, but let me. The last thing that I'm going to mention, not really talk about, is a game called Haste Heist. I played that this week. Now, it's an indie game. It's still in development. It's not available anywhere. I've received a tiny little snippet of the game from the developers, and I'll be doing an interview with one of the developers from Haste Heist, and that'll be most likely for next week's show. But that interview will be with... Where's his name? Sorry, I've forgotten it. Probably should have wrote it in my notes. Skype is really confusing. I don't know, like... Anton Belinsky is... he's in Finland. He's in the land. It's funny. He's in Finland, but his game isn't finished yet.
Ah, get it? Get it?
That was terrible. Anyway, Haste Heist.
Finish. He's finished, not startish.
Haste Heist. Go and have a look at it. They've got their Facebook page and all that sort of stuff, and it's being developed as I speak. And they give updates as to what they've been doing, where it's up to. Anyway, I'm going to have a talk with him. That talk is actually going to be later this afternoon, but it'll be for next week's podcast. And we'll bring you an interview with Haste Heist. And I'll let him tell us about it, because I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you about it. So I'm not going to say anything other than the name of it. So I'll have a chat with Anton later this afternoon.
Are we going on a break after next week's show?
Or
is it the week after?
It's the 14th. Next week's show is so not this one. Next week's is the last for a few weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got this show out on the 7th of May. Then we've got the 14th of May, and then we're off for a bit because I'm leaving on a jet plane.
On a jet plane. And I'm sitting on a chair.
Waiting for NBN.
Oh, man. Having a date is so fucking fantastic. Oh, and this dude yesterday, before we move on, because we've basically done game talk, but we just said about the fucking NBN. And he's an American dude, so it's not often you get a native English speaker, and that's not being racist. That's just the fucking truth. And he goes at the end of the conversation, he goes, "Is there anything else I can help you out there with, Aaron?" I went, "Oh, can I bed you? Are you that way inclined? I'm so happy right now." I got my wife in the background listening to me fetching me clean underwear out of me drawer.
What did he say to that?
No, what did he say? He went, "No, unfortunately not." I went, "Okay, that's fine. You got me off."
Red, don't be jumping in the bed with strangers just yet, because remember how my NBN installation process went?
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin your hype and all that sort of stuff, but just keep an open mind that they may fuck it, because that's what these companies are like.
Yeah, absolutely. But just having some time frame,
it's great, isn't it? Knowing it's happening.
You've been forever told next quarter, and this has been happening for 2 years.
Yeah.
And for mail to rock up in everyone's letterbox and him to say, "We'll sign you up on a new contract next month at the start of the month. Call back here, and we'll do this." They're got to be fucking well close. I'm happy with a couple of days of hiccups, or a week or so of hiccups even. Oh yeah. Anyway, I can't wait. I'm fucking stoked.
Nice, good stuff. All right. Well, that was video game discussion, Red. Let's go into video game news.
Yes.
First up in video game news, Red, tell us about Modern Warfare Standalone release being rumoured.
So, when it was first being released, it's like, no, this is not happening. The only way you can ever get your hands on the Modern Warfare remaster is by buying the digital deluxe or the infinite edition, legacy edition,
expensive edition. It's called.
Yeah. So there's two rumours here. Look, you'd be fucking stupid. You'd be so silly as a marketing person or a company to have something with the quality. Like, let's be honest, Modern Warfare Remaster is pretty schmick.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Even if it is so long down the track, why wouldn't you release it as a standalone and try and cash in within the time period, this 12-month time period from Infinity Ward, where your game really done fuck all, as opposed to the track record of the last 10 years, if you know what I mean. So
I reckon it would have been funny that had they released them both just for sale, that Modern Warfare would have outsold the new release.
It would have. That's why they said no. After the just pure YouTube backlash, they said no, fuck ya. You want to be spoiled little shits and you want this game, pay $130 for it. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Okay, so the very loose rumour is that it'll be available on the 20th of June for the PlayStation 4.
Loose rumour, with an exact date.
No. The loose rumor is that it'll be available a month early on PlayStation 4.
Oh,
That's
right.
the loose rumor, but the rumored date of release is... You didn't let me finish my sentence and made me sound like a Tasmanian.
Sorry.
Don't be like it. It's all good. June 20 is the rumored release date, and the loose rumor is it'll be available a month early on the PlayStation 4. So,
Okay.
not a month early. So, on the June and July 20 on the Xbox.
Gotcha.
This news was all brought about from a rental company, not unlike the ones we have here in Australia, but not the one in Australia. A website called Something Fly. I should have had that written in my notes too, shouldn't I?
Gamefly.
Gamefly. There was a listing on Gamefly, a rental-based video game retailer that suggested Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered will become available separately in July on all platforms.
Oh, there you go.
So make of it what you will. Activision have not come out and denied it, though they did say, but who cares? They did say at the start that it is only going to be available with Infinite Warfare.
Yeah,
but
these game companies say a lot of things.
don't they?
Anyway. All right, do you want to move on to the next one?
Firstly, just a comment.
Oh, right, yep.
If you had the option, I know you've been able to acquire it in your own methods, but would you pay $60 for the Modern Warfare Remaster standalone?
No.
Nah.
Nah, not now. No, definitely not. $30.
Okay. Yep. I reckon it'll come out at near full retail.
Yeah, well, good luck to them.
Yeah.
All right, next up in the news, Darksiders 3 leaked and confirmed.
Darksiders 3 was confirmed about 73 seconds after it being leaked the night before. so last night, Darksiders 3 screenshots were supposedly leaked. This morning, we have a trailer.
There you go.
Well, a gameplay trailer. It's an IGN first trailer, so it's a plug for them. But it's the only place you can see it, so if you want to see it, it's across the IGN on the YouTube. So it'll be part 3, brought to us by THQ Nordic, so the 73rd company to buy THQ.
Yeah.
He's bringing out Darksiders 3. Right, so here we go, in a very PC world we live in now. It's a female character.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm looking at.
It's not the horsemen, not the 4 horsemen, it's the 4 horse people, thank you.
Did you just assume my gender?
Did you just... She got tits. But I think the way it ties in really cool, because her name's Fury. So you've had
of course
War. Yeah, because the hell have no fury like woman scorn.
And she's on her rags.
Yeah, so I'd say that's where it's come from. I really do. And I make more sexist jokes in my personal life than anyone that you've probably ever met before that actually probably didn't mean it, that did mean it. I'm happy for it to be a female protagonist because I like the way the Fury ties into it. She has a somewhat more feminine, like, weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that requires more finesse than like when you were war and you were just throwing around big axes and scythes and everything like this. She's the whip, the chain whip thing that depicts a head being decapitated just with subtle movements and calculation. I think it suits a psychopathic female character a lot more than it does a Prince of Persia style character. So I'm really down with it. So yeah, it's okay for everyone to appreciate the fact it's a female protagonist. But here's the good news: PC, PS4, Xbox One, expected release early 2018. So not rushing it, which is good.
What about the Switch?
Fuck the Switch. There's nothing here in this. Where in my research it says the Switch.
Oh, good one, Nintendo.
Too good for Switch though. The graphics look really nice.
Yeah, they
still
do.
The cartoon aspect, if you know what I mean, like the animated aspect, I should say. I should say THQ Nordic publisher. The developer is Gunfire Games. Gunfire Games is a relatively new development company, which is largely comprised of the original creators of the franchise, THQ themselves. So There's simply no better team to create Darksiders, as quoted by Nordic's Reinhard Police. He's probably Polish too.
Probably.
So I'm excited. Don't know about you.
I've never been big with the games, but it looks good.
3D hack and slash.
Yeah, nice. All right, lastly in the news, Red Tekken 7 to lose its Aussie touch. What's that about?
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say, did you know what we're talking about? Did you ever play like Tekken 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3?
Oh, 3, I think, is the last one I played.
You could be a boxing kangaroo named Roger Jr.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could be a bear. There was a bear and there was a kangaroo. So, as you may remember, there was a viral video that went around YouTube where a kangaroo put a dog in a headlock and then got punched in the snozzer by a dude.
Yeah.
Well, this has been touted as the reason as to why they've taken Roger Jr. out of Tekken 7. Bandai Namco was worried about complaints from animal activists such as Peter, and I will go on to quote, I'm pretty sure Peter will pretend to be offended by Tekken 7, whether Roger Jr. is in it or not, but that's because Peter seems to believe that any publicity is good publicity, or perhaps they just love trolling gamers because they're not taking out the bear, because there's a bear in it also. Kuma was his name. That's
fucking soft, man. Don't take shit out of games. There's no such thing as animal cruelty in a fucking video game.
It depicts it.
That's rubbish.
They will though. You know this.
Yeah, but murder is illegal, and we do that in video games all the time.
In abundance.
Yes.
Especially if you're me, and I'm playing basketball.
More than we should. Now, a fighting kangaroo is not hurting any bloody actual animals. Fuck off, Peter.
You look at all our older... the Australian cricket team banner, the flag was a kangaroo with boxing gloves on in the red and in the yellow and green, or the green and gold, if you will. You know what I mean? It's always been a motto of the battler, a visual representation of Australia. And,
that kind of shit, mate, Peter wins.
Peter wins, yes. Fuck you, Peter.
Isn't that a person? Peter Win?
Peter Punkinetta. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, that's shit. That's not that I'm gutted or anything. I'm not massive in that area. I didn't even know he existed, really. But
it's the principle.
It's the principle of the thing. I don't think Tekken 7 should miss out just because they're worried about what Peter says. Does anyone actually give a shit when Peter goes up in arms about something?
Oh, I don't know. They'll probably get bloody fake animal blood thrown at their office and shit like that. Probably. I don't know. I'd go out there and give a press conference in a polar bear fur coat. Excuse me, you can't do that.
I just fucking did. Fuck off. I don't agree with fur coats and stuff, but that is actually slaughtering animals for their fur and shit. Video games, not hurting anyone. Anyway, fuck them. Alright, that's it for video game news.
Yeah.
Let's go into Remember When.
It's my turn.
It is your turn, Red. What do you got?
We spoke about... Hang on.
All right.
I know how the show starts. I know how the segment starts. Do you remember when, for the small price of fuck all, you could get the start of a game, the first level of a game, the first chapter of a game, and in some instances, the whole fucking game?
Well, I do remember a good time when that did happen.
Do you know what it was called?
Shareware?
Yeah, it was shareware. Do you remember when shareware was a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't quite understand it. I'm like, seems wrong. Why is this free? But it was.
Because technically it was a demo, right? That when you finish the demo, a lot of the time, not all of the time, it was often like the first chapter in a 7-chapter series, or it's not so much like the first level. It'd give you the first installment.
Yeah.
So you get to do chapter 1 of 7 of, say, Jazz Jackrabbit.
Yeah.
And then you'd get to the end of it, and then there'd be a mailing address where you'd send money, cash chopper, via snail mail in order to obtain the rest of the game.
Yeah, and they'd send you the discs or something.
Yes, or the floppies. Yeah, the seven floppies to install Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And a lot of games made their start one company in particular, and you should know exactly who it is. One development company in particular made massive name off the back of these guys or this initiative.
Oh no, I do.
Apogee.
Apogee.
And id.
Yeah, it did that. But yes, you're right. Apogee was massive for that kind of stuff. Well, that was
massive.
Jazz Jackrabbit, wasn't it? Apogee.
Jazz Jackrabbit. Did you ever play 1991 and 1993 Duke Nukem? The 2D platformer. Yep, that was Apogee. Raptor.
Raptor was amazing.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it? Did you ever play a game called Descent?
Descent blew my... I loved it. I bought the orbed controller, the space ball for Descent.
Did you ever play Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure?
No.
Green dude had plungers on it as hands?
No.
Green alien?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he had plungers for hands, so you could up walls.
Did you know there's a new remastered Descent? Not a remastered, a new Descent on PC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did actually.
And,
I've got something pretty cool to share with you in a second to do with that.
Not
so much that itself.
Another little piece of trivia for you. Do you know who made Jazz Jackrabbit?
Yes, Cliff Bleszinski.
Cliff Bleszinski, who made Gears of War.
Yep. Yeah. That was part of Red 3, so it's that one.
Very good.
Yeah, I love Jazz Jackrabbit. I absolutely love. Yeah, so I didn't know what more I could bring to the table, but Shareware spent, because do you remember when we're back? Here we go, like the 486s and the Pentium 3.1s and everything like that, where it was like $250 to $300 to install a 2-speed CDR.
Yeah.
And then you went from your floppies, your 1.6s, to having 101 games on a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
And 97 of them played exactly the same. But they were all different skinned and everything, but they were all shareware games.
Yes, that's right.
So like Battle Chess. Did you ever play Battle Chess, the first ever animated chess game on computer?
Yeah, yep.
Where you'd go to a cutscene and they'd hack each other, and there was that Nightmare House. There's so many games that I've played via shareware that Doom made its first appearance and shareware. Rise of the Triad was shareware.
Yeah, and the concept of it is here, have this, and give it to all your friends. Copy it. Give it share as much as you can, because that was their advertising. There was no internet and YouTube. It was word of mouth.
Yeah, and you're allowed to do it. You were actively allowed to share this stuff and not pirate it. It's actually copy and paste. Cannon Fodder was one of my most favourite games in the world.
That was fantastic.
It was, and I could just keep going on and on forever, but I'm not, because there is a website now. Write this down: www.dosgamesarchive.com. Here you have access to paid DOS games where you can buy them for quite cheap, and proceeds go to not only the people that make the website, but to the people that own the rights to the game, the most relative owner of the game. You will need an emulator called DOSBox. If you don't have it, there's links available on the site to get the DOSBox. There's also free-to-play shareware games. There are still the shareware games that are free-to-play, so there's playable demos, there's shareware, there's full games and paid games. So if you want dosgamesarchive.com, and you can revel in this nostalgia without going to dodgy back alley websites and downloading 12 different SNES ROMs trying to get the SNES emulators to get the ROMs working. These are all licensed, adware free, virus free. Cosmic Adventure, Corridor 7, Alien Invasion, Crusher, Crusader. They're all C's, go figure, because they're all alphabetical order. I'm just clicking through them. Destruction Derby, original Destruction Derby 1 and 2 is a free, is a shareware game.
Bioforge. Oh, dude, I'm doing this. I
imagine you would be.
Did you play Bioforge?
Yes, man. Fuck yes. I probably played all these games at one time or another.
Fade to Black, the sequel to Flashback.
Flashback, yeah. Alien Trilogy. Did you ever play the original Aliens game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alien Trilogy's on there. Alone in the Dark, 1, 2, and 3.
Fuck, I remember this Fade to Black game. I bought it, but my computer wasn't good enough to play it, so it ran at like 3 frames a second. I'm looking at it now. I could play this on my phone.
Yeah.
But it was full 3D. That was the thing. It was fucking beautiful. I've put the DOSGamesArchive.com link in the description below the podcast. So
there you go.
You get that.
So, yeah, remember when games were free and not frowned upon, but encouraged to share with everyone. And I just think the biggest thing to note that I've taken from the research that I've put into this is that this hasn't been commercialised. You can still go get these shareware and freeware games and play them for nothing. The 1984 version of Castle Adventure text-based game is a freeware title. It hasn't been overrun with fucking profit in mind, if you know what I mean. Oh, wow. So, yeah, go get it in you. I can't recommend highly enough probably every single title that's on this fucking page.
Yeah, well, look, I'm looking at them
Tank
now.
Wars.
The Dig?
Yes, Terminator, Textras, Theme Hospital.
Oh, Full Throttle's on here.
Yep. The Beast Within.
Grand
A lot
Theft
of
Auto.
Sega games.
There is
Yep, GTA will be on there.
Playable demo for GTA.
But you can then go ahead and buy it. There's a lot of game. What's that? GOG.
Yeah, good old games.
Good old games. A lot of them are purchase. A lot of the purchasable ones are through GOG.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff here. So yeah, go check out the link if you've got a PC and want to give some of these real old school games. Probably going to appeal more to the older audience, but I don't know, kids might like it too.
Well, if you're just being reminded of it now and you have a 5 to 7 to 10 to 12-year-old like I do, like you do, maybe you've just been, Redneck Rampage, rant.
Oh, I remember
Maybe you've just now gone, my kid needs to experience this before they play Grand Theft Auto 6 or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, that's cool.
Police Quest. Oh, no. I remember
Abuse! That. Oh, I have to play Abuse!
All your Mortal Kombats are there. Mr. Boom, NASCAR Racing, original Need for Speed.
With the last good one.
Yeah, well.
I used to play that.
Remember Magic Carpet?
Yes, I do remember Magic Carpet. That was shit.
Yeah. 1993's Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I used to play... I forgot what I was going to say now. Never mind. Moving on.
All the King's Quests. So, yeah.
Nice.
Remember when shareware was a thing?
I do remember that, and I've got fond memories. Awesome, man. Thank you very much for that.
My pleasure.
Good job. All right. Well, let's move into user-created content. All right. So for this week's user-created content, we've had our lovely community member, Paul Clennett. He's asked us, what is the most annoying thing about gaming? And he said that too many sequels, campers in corners, and horrible, annoying kids on online games are his choices.
Okay.
What about you, Red?
Kids were until the PlayStation 4.
Oh, because of parties.
Can I have the question one more time so I could latch on to my first initial reaction?
Yeah, what is the most annoying thing about gaming?
Oh, wow. Not being able to afford every game.
That can be a bit annoying. Yeah, look, for me, at the moment, the most annoying thing that frustrates me is too many things that I want to play. The video game market is saturated at the moment, which is, it's not a bad thing, but it's annoying because like that we've had great games such as Mass Effect Andromeda come out. It's in close proximity to an amazing game, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3's out. I haven't had a chance to play that yet. I don't know. There's so many other games that I'm out there trying to play. It's there's just too much. But in saying that as well, I agree with the too many sequels. Yearly release of video games, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it when a game will come out and then there's a sequel for it the very next year, or another installment in the series in 12 months' time.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is the worst.
Because that's clockwork.
Yeah, and then there was Assassin's Creed, which has pulled the pin on last year, but I don't know, are they going to go back to yearly after last year's hiatus?
No, I reckon it'll be a biannual.
Because that annoys me, because I like how Grand Theft Auto 5, there's not going to be a Grand Theft Auto 6 for years, and it's already been out for years, you know, and Red Dead, you know, like it gives you enough time to get good use out of the game, and you know that the developers are going to continue to support their current game because it's going to be the current game for a while. But what, like,
you're not copy and pasting mechanics either.
That's true. When you play the next game, it's very different. Whereas with Call of Duty, as much as they do change it around, add things and all that, sometimes good, sometimes bad, the mechanics don't change very much because it's every single 12-month period.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Battlefield, and their games are marked improvements of their previous, because they're 2-3 years away from each other, aren't they?
2 years, 18 months to 2 years, yeah, because they've got an expensive premium server, like a season pass, but that gives you content for like 18 months or so. Yeah, see, I mean, I would prefer and Uncharted as well. They were many years apart. They weren't just rushed out, and it gives them more opportunities to incorporate bigger, better technology. Whereas if you're just using the turnaround of 12 months, it's just going to be the same technology as last time, maybe with a couple of little additions here and there. The Diablo is another one from Blizzard. Yep. Where they take their time with releases. But yeah, I don't like it when they just pump them out. Pump, get the money. It turns me off the series. And they're good series. They are good games. But they turn you off a bit. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Campers? I don't know. Campers don't really bother me too much. They're a thing. Sometimes I camp. Not often. But I do sometimes, depending on... But what's the thing as well? I always feel like I'm getting targeted and tainted as a camper when really I'm hiding to regen. Yeah, so that's a thing. And
I've got two things I really don't like.
Yeah, what's that?
Don't get me wrong, season passes and DLCs have a place, but just so much emphasis now on buying a game for $100 and then requiring the extra $60 purchase to play the whole game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of how, like,
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege. Ubisoft are doing it. Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor, all that. That's perfect. Yeah. You're rewarded for playing their game. You're rewarded for rocking up. You're rewarded for enjoying the title.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
can
I mean?
get the DLC by playing it, or you can buy it.
That's exactly right. Microtransactions, DLCs, cosmetic items. I just think they have their place, but I think they should stick to the genres that they used to be in. Free-to-play MMOs, like your Marvel one that's coming out soon, and your World of Warcraft, not so much your World of Warcraft, sorry, your League of Legends and stuff like that, Dotas. They're all free-to-play, but if you want something specifically, you can buy it, or if you spend enough time in it and you want to stand out from the crowd, you can buy it. I've played the Dokkan Battle for 100 hours for nothing, and if I want something, I can buy it, and I have. I've given back to the developers for the amount of enjoyment that I've had out of it. But I just hate how, like, your Call of Duties separates you and your friends because you can't afford the season pass. Watch Dogs 1 was a bad thing. I know I keep touching on it, but it's still a model, a marketing model that shows how potentially dangerous selling season passes are, or not selling them, but buying them early. I didn't get $60 worth of value, yet I paid for it. the incentives to pre-order with cosmetic, just bullshit items. Nothing. I don't like the way the marketing and the selling of video games is these days, as opposed to how it used to be.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And the other thing that I really, really dislike about gaming in today's environment is the internet. Hype and poison, if you know what I mean. Just we touched on it in the news how possibly Activision made a marketing choice with the remastered game because their initial game copped so much flack online. Right, we've copped so much shit. We now have to take measures so people buy this. You know what I mean? No Man's Sky. It was a great concept. Probably a better game now. It's actually on sale. It's a deal of the moment, a deal of the week on the PlayStation Store for $26. But it's got updates and patches. But because it was so hyped and so looked forward to, and then it cops so much shit. Look at the turmoil those boys, or the guys across it that developed it. Happy Gaming, or what? You know what I'm talking about. Someone will be shouting at the podcast at the moment. Look at the shit the life that they had to deal with and the constant barrage. I don't like the internet and fanboys and hype. I don't like the hype behind games and the expectations that we are now putting on a purchase, because we've all been to the cinemas and seen a movie that we didn't like and it cost us $50.
Hello Games.
Hello Games, yeah, there you go. See, that's one thing I don't like anymore. The way the internet's used to market, like we touched on it, everything's so relevant. So relevant that I forget. Darksiders 3 was leaked and then confirmed. Jason Reframier, he touched on it here a while ago on the page, how often games in Rabbit Ears leaked, to fucking...
Well, intentionally leaked, he's suggesting.
Yeah, to build hype, yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, well, it's good for us.
Yeah,
because we can report on it.
It's a cheeky way to get your game noticed, but I don't think that hurts anyone.
So they're my two most hated things: just the marketing model and sale process of a game over a 12-month period, instead of saying, "Oh, here's my $100, give me the game, thank you very much." But I will say, not to all be negative Nancy, one thing I do like about gaming in today's environment and today's consoles is the ability to constantly update and fix glitches and bugs.
Yeah, that is good, but that is also can be a downfall too, with them being quite lax on release and sending stuff out that we'll just fix it quick on before people notice. But that never happens. That's right. They always notice. Someone
Day
notices.
one updates.
I've got a quick one that I want to add into here. It's not from the community, it's from me, but I've seen a lot of rumours that the PS5 is coming out next year. What do you reckon?
Oh, look, it wouldn't fucking surprise me, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. I think it would be a lot of R&D to push out before they've made their money on the PS4.
It'd be the PlayStation Pro with a 4K Blu-ray player. You can't do much better. Inbuilt, everything's inbuilt for VR, so you only have to wield the headset. Maybe. What else can they do to make anything better at the moment? Give it more RAM, give it more memory, give it a bigger hard drive. We've only sold 50 million. There was a conversation brought up somewhere on the Facebook the other day about how Sony have sold 50 million consoles, and then someone said, "Oh, how long is it going to take them to catch up with PS2?" And someone goes, "Oh, well, given the steady incline in numbers at the moment, not too long." And I just went, "Nah, bullshit. This generation will not last as long as the PlayStation 2 did."
I don't think so.
We're in such a much more disposable. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation 5 in 2 years. That's like 5 years, 6 year lifespan of the PS4. I see them lasting no longer, because you'll be getting so many more like the PlayStation style red rings, and what happened to yours, just random dying. These things will not last as long as the old consoles. There's too much internet, there's too much power, the bloody sleep mode, they're always on.
Yeah.
It won't last as long. But with the Scorpio coming out, I can understand the pressure, but PlayStation in this generation as it stands has sold almost in excess of 40 million more units. They are in no rush to create a new generation in order to compete.
Yeah.
Because they are leading. They do not have to compete. They've just bought out the Pro. Yeah, fair enough. It was a mid-generational gap, but they've still got they're going to have to sell 40 million Pros to make the money back on the Pro so far. So I don't reckon there'll be a new generation. Look, the R&D's in it, and in its purest aspect of research and development, but there's nothing. I don't reckon there's nothing solid in the works when it comes to specs and everything like that, because we still do not know, a la PS3, we do not know the capabilities of the PS4 yet.
No, we're not there yet, and I think I'd be happy to keep with the same current generation for another 3 years.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, this thing should be supported for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Like, I know things need to keep moving to games are going to get more demanding and all that sort of stuff with PC movements and all that, but it's saying that the consoles aren't PCs. And then they should never be. So I think they should be in their own little world. Let's push as much juice out of them as they can. When it starts getting to the point that games look ridiculously good but they're struggling, we need to upgrade. But I think that's still a few years away, because you look at games like Uncharted 4 and you think, well, that looks absolutely brilliant. No other developer makes games like that. Why not?
Exactly, because they've got the formula. They've nutted it out early last generation. What's the best we can hope for as a standard in console gaming? Native 4K, 60 frames a second.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Pro can do it.
Oh.
The developers can't.
It depends on the game, but...
Of course.
Because the Pro will never do it with a game like The Division.
No. Online requirements, shit like that. No, of course not. But as you just said, I've got something spitballing a few things around creatively myself at the moment. But games in the realms of single player, non-internet required campaigns. So a Grand Theft Auto 5 story, a Nathan Drake Uncharted series, well, number 4 predominantly in this generation, you know what I mean? Witcher, Dragon Age Inquisition, Fallout 4, Doom. All these games technically should be able to run 4K, 60 games in the realms of that quality, if you know what I mean. Doesn't matter how big they are.
The PlayStation 4 will never do 4K 60 frames on those.
You don't reckon?
No, never. The PlayStation 4 is not in that capability range.
Oh, the Pro?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, the Pro, I think at best will upscale 4K 30 frames. I don't think it'll ever get to 60 frames in 4K, even just upscaling.
Okay.
Our latest game.
That's what I think. That's what I think the generational goal should have been.
Well, I think for this generation currently, the goal should have been 1080 and 60.
For everything, yeah.
For everything.
This is a stepping stone to 4K 60, because 4K is only becoming relevant now.
But that's what really annoys me about consoles, is that they reach for the stars without perfecting where they are at the moment. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Punching out of their weight division.
Last generation, we had 720 upscaled to 1080 all the time, 30 frames max.
Mm-hmm.
This generation, I'm massively disappointed that we're not 1080 and 60 for everything. We've got it on a handful of games, but there's a majority where they're not. They're 30 frames only. Like The Division. Games like The Division should be fucking 60 frames, man.
Yeah.
It should have had the capability to do 1080 and 60 frames. Now they're pushing for 4K. They even got 1080 right.
Yeah. As a consistent thing.
For me, if the Pro doesn't even do it. The Pro doesn't even make your 1080 60 frame games that. Like, obviously, I don't know, they'd need to patch, but I've not seen it. I've not seen it happen consistently. I've been playing a lot of games in upscaled 4K, but they're 30 frames. I would be like, what's it called? The Siege is coming out this month, and that game Surge, the Siege.
That I was just watching a fucking trailer, and that goes. I'm saying to myself, I bet you that's 60 fucking frames.
Well, that one has the option of 4K 30 or 1080 60.
What done that recently? Neo.
Yeah, Neo
gave you the chance between 30 frames with really nice graphics.
Yeah.
Even as non-pro, like I don't have a pro, I've got the poor. But I could still have 60 frames and lower graphic fidelity. That's just detail on non-significant like buildings and fire and water, which still look pretty fucking cool. Just not fucking specky. You could have mid-range. You could have ranging between 30 and 60. So you'd have like a 60-frame boss battle because it's in a small room. But when you're out in the open style world, it'd go back to 30 and have a little bit of better fidelity in the graphics. Yeah, wicked.
Yeah. But yeah, for me with the Surge, I'll go for 1080 and 60 frames.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll put it on the 4K mode and have a look and see what it's like.
Have a squiz.
But for the gameplay, I'll take the 60 frames every day
over a few dots.
Yeah,
well, a few thousand dots. But yeah, no, I'm dead set with you on that. I knew you'd go that way anyway.
But I can't, like, even if the PlayStation 5 did come out next year or the year before, I still don't even have any hopes that it's going to be 4K 60.
You'd have to think that's going to be a day one benchmark.
But it wasn't even for the PS4. Like, because 4K and 60 is like 1080 60 for the PS4. But we didn't even do that. We didn't even get that. So why would we get it in the next console?
Oh, we will, but only remastered games from the PS4.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And that's what annoys me about the consoles. Get something right. Make it...
because at the moment it's only Naughty Dog and Rockstar that can do shit properly. Yeah,
that's it. And I know they're going for a consistent gameplay experience, because, I've played a lot of games in 60 frames on my computer, but sometimes it dips. But I don't know, if they can manage to get enough power in there to do 1080 and 60 frames consistently, I'd be happy. But anyway, that's it. That's all for user and me created content for this week.
How good was that?
It was good. It was really good. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that.
Yep. Early shout for you, mate.
We'll go into What's That Sound? All right, last week, Red and I we failed again.
It was that gun one, wasn't it? It was that shooting one.
Yeah, it was. It was this one. Have a listen.
Yeah. Jazz Jack Rabbit.
That was supposed to be easier. How are you going to pick that? There's a million shooty war games out there. But anyway, I said Medal of Honor. You said Bad Company.
Yeah.
And the survey said, or Jason said, Reprimir, Modern Warfare 2, Breach and Clear.
Oh, it is too.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah. Well, it is.
I don't know.
That's when it slows down. Yeah. I recognize. I actually recognize it now.
Oh, is it the slow down bit?
Yeah.
All right, let me listen to it again. Oh yeah, and then it speeds up at the end there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the bloody. I think it's on the presidential plane or Air Force One in the Spec Ops part.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's what that was. Nobody got it. But let's have a listen to this week's What's That Sound, and hopefully we're going to be able to get this one. Let's move it on. We're still 2 apiece. Red 2, Lucas 2. All right, let's have a listen.
I will not let anything stand in the way of evil, especially not a brainless orange marsupial.
Oh, I know.
Give me a sec. I'm going to try and work this out. Is it Conker's Bad Fur Day? I'm thinking... What do you know? I've never played... Well, I guess you're probably right. You're 100%, yeah?
99.9. After you say Conker's Bad Fur Day, I went, oh, but then I went, nah.
Yeah. Nah, well, I've never played any of them. I've not played... I always thought they were stupid.
Really? Are you going to play the remasters?
Well, yeah, maybe, but I always thought they looked stupid.
Oh, wow. Oh, you lie. You played...
Oh,
you fucking liar.
In the game that it was in, but just too much beeping.
It is too. We haven't got one right for 3 years, so I haven't had to concentrate on not saying it.
I know, that's it. All right, well, we think that Red got it. I don't think I've got it. But if you think you've got it, send us a message to our Facebook page, a private message on there, and if you're correct, we'll send you out a free game. Simple as that. Just for sending a message. That's it. Got plenty spared, so send them across. Yeah, I don't think I know. I'm going to write down what did I say? Honker, but I don't think of that because we had that not long ago. We don't have to beep out the wrong answers, so that's not too bad. All right, so there's the answers in there. So Red's probably got this one for this week, but see how you go, and we'll get our answers next week. So let's move on now to Red's Shout.
Right, so I had a special request yesterday from someone that's not doing so good at the moment because of personal reasons, which are none of your fucking business. So, Pat said, can you do a shout this week's podcast so we can have a laugh based on the comments from the meme that Deb put up, or Ramutha, if you will, things you can say about a video game, but not your girlfriend/boyfriend.
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
Mind you, there's a lot of funny ones here, but there's still nothing I wouldn't say to my wife. All right, so let's start. If I don't say a name, it's from the admins, and you're not getting a shout because you should be doing the work. Okay, here we go. Where's the instruction manual? I wonder if they've released an update to fix the problem. It's called a bullet. Robert White. Didn't go much on it. Good thing it was cheap. Can't wait. Andromeda. Can't wait for the update to make the faces look better. He said plural, so he's got a side bitch.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll trade it in for this year's remastered release. I wonder, Tyler Short. I wonder if the next gen version has better visuals. Everyone's got ugly ass partners.
Yeah.
Nick Holmes. This both sucks and blows. Well, you don't want a next year's model. The AI in this is awesome. Brendan Brown. So glad there's a 7-day refund policy. Aussie Gamers, I'll just download the manual. Let's just put it on easy. Brendan Brown again, let's bring another person in and play 3-player. Mark Davis, might just get a pre-owned. That's it. I always said if you pick up a missus that's already got a kid, you're picking up some other fella's save file. James Cotton, I want a new one. Blake Lloyd, oh, time to cheat. Aussie gamers, that story was brilliant. Oh, now he's sucking up. He knows his wife's watching. Yeah, you can borrow it. Just put it back in its case when you're done. That sounds like something I'd say. Brendan Thompson. I really enjoy this game. Richard Pennington. Big dick. I just hit a button and it's good to go. Bet you do. Matthew Darwin. It's already to start. Sean Longmore. Great looks, but shit playability. Not worth the money spent. Great story, but the graphics are terrible. I'm not saying who said that one. Someone from Aussie Gamers. Just blow on it and gets it working. Gets it moving anyway. The people who developed this had no fucking idea. That's how you fucking give the big fuck you to your in-laws, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, this takes the cake. I didn't know about this one until yesterday. Seriously? Again, every month you need to update and I can't play?
Oh, that's a good one. Oil change.
Yeah, fucking snoogans.
Yeah, Tyler says this one wins.
Yeah, I'm so down with this one. After a while, the co-op doesn't work. Back to single player.
That's a good one too.
Chris Atherton. That's second placement. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, piss funny. Well done, guys. Old mate Clennon, good boy. You fucking gave us the user-created content, so you got a mini shout there too, brother. And a shout out to Snoogans, who's doing the crappiest stuff you got to do in one's personal life at this given stage. I know you'll be a little bit better Sunday listening to this, but we're thinking about you, my friend.
Yes, he's a good boy. He's a very good boy, that bloke. All right. Whew, that was a few laughs there. That's worked me up a bit. Yeah. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's calm it down a little bit because we have to go into last words. Got any last words? Ooh. Is that a yes?
No.
Oh, no?
No. I'm not going to say what made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo announces 2DS XL.
Yeah, they did. Looks nice, but geez, they are so good at releasing the exact same shit and people going off their mind about it.
Yeah, and Nintendo also details Breath of the Wild DLC. So now Nintendo has succumbed to the DLC, the way of the DLC.
Yeah, that's going to happen. They've also got their paid online thing that's terrible. Yeah, so I'm not sold on the Switch. I was always going to get one, but it's getting pushed back and back and back.
Mark my words. Game Freak release a Pokemon game. Red will have a Switch.
Well, yeah, that'll be a good idea. Proper Pokemon game. None of this. I don't know about those stadium games or.
No. This would be Game Freak, a proper one. I want to be the very best. Yep.
But no one ever was.
Dun, 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 dun.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon.
Oh, whoops.
Whoa.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, gotta catch 'em all.
Where the heart's so true.
Where courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. You gotta catch 'em all.
I reckon to close the show out, you've got to go find the audio file for the Digimon, the Pokey Rap.
Oh, the Pokey Rap? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I remember early on in the podcast, we used to play that quite often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before me.
Before you, yeah.
I'll take care of the hard part. Let's get it on. I want to be the best that ever was. All the rest. Yeah, that's my cause. Electro, Diglett, Knitter, and Mankey. Venusaur, Tap, Firo, Pidgey. Sea King, Jolty, Andre, Poliwrath, Butterfree.
Gotta catch 'em all.
I'll search across the land. Look far and
You want more?
release
Put in the proper audio to the fucking podcast and we'll out, I reckon.
Alright. There you go. Well, that was that. What do you want? You want it what?
Just put the whole audio file so it's A1 quality.
Well, you want to play the whole thing?
At the end of the show, you can just copy and paste it in when you're doing your editing.
And just steal someone else's work.
Yeah, fuck them. They got paid heaps, I reckon.
They've been paid enough. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Copyright's a bunch of mugs.
Well, we don't charge for the podcast.
Well, we're not making money on it, are we?
No.
All right. I don't think I've got any last words. I think I'm all talked out.
Worded out.
Worded out. Yeah, that's it. All right. Bit of a recap. DOS Game Archive. That's the link.
Yeah.
Link is in the description. Go and check that out. And yeah, that's it. Go and play some video games. Tell us all about it. Make sure you keep giving us. You don't necessarily have to wait for us to post anything asking for user created content. Just post it. Just put it in the whatever it is. You can post.
There's so many mediums to use to make contact and have a suggestion heard. So yeah.
Yeah, if you want to put a hashtag
your
on it.
Your excuses at the moment are irrelevant.
Put a hashtag on it, just hashtag user created content, and that'll make it easier for us to find it. But yeah, put it anywhere you want. If it's in Twitter, if it's anywhere, just hashtag user created content. We'll see it, and we'll get on to it. The more the merrier. But that's it for now. So I think we're finished for the show. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thanks, Red, for coming and doing this with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
No worries, but that's it for this week. Next week we'll have that indie game dev for Haste Heist, and we'll be finishing up for a couple of weeks, I think. So, until then, thank you very much. I am Lucas.
And I'm Red.
That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like, and check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of, except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.